Alright, enough of this nonsense. Let's get on with the show. Alright, I'll make sure I got everything. And by everything, I mean my notes. Dude, somebody responded to my Twitter. Hang on. Alright. I actually remember to tweet it out because a buddy of mine who's not in like speedrunning wanted to know, like, I guess he wanted me to tweet it out in case he has friends who would be interested, so I tweeted it out. Alright. I'm gonna do a one character file name. Who has a suggestion on what the character should be? I did C and it did alright, and I did period and it did pretty good. I'm always fond of star, but I'm open for suggestions. Okay. I consolidated my dual notes with into my 80% notes, so now I don't have two files open. Like it matters. B? Square? Those are both good suggestions. Plus? That's another good one. Oh, I can just pick one at random. Alright. But I can't go diagonal, so I'll just do this. Oh, hang on. I'll just do one of these. That. Okay, sure. Let's do this. Wasting too much time. I gotta get on with the run. So much like my hero Claude, I have a bit of new routing, but also like my hero Claude, you probably won't notice. It's like very minor stuff, as in like I might bribe a few fights that I used to fight, depending on my money. The soldier fight in Seika, I really don't need to fight it, because I can bribe it for 1800 bits, so I'm gonna bribe it, probably. And the soldier fights, when LePont goes after his wife, if I don't get any monster encounters on the wheel, I can bribe those for 5400 each. Claude is not my hero, I was just making a joke. Because Claude always debuts new tech whenever he streams, so I thought I should join with my own new tech, which is just bribe instead of fight. But the reason I can only do the monster thing in the mansion if I don't get any monster encounters on the wheel is because if I get monster encounters on the wheel, I have to bribe those. So if I end up bribing too many things, I'm gonna be low on money. So basically, if I've saved time, I can save even more time. I usually beat the game in like the high 50s, but honestly, level is kind of inconsequential because we're bribing most of the bosses. Because this is any percent after all. Also, at some point, I'm gonna look at any percent and 108 star glitch list again, but since the last time I did those categories, Invisible Vicky was discovered, and I guess there's a slight point of contention as to would you consider Invisible Vicky a glitch, and I kind of don't, just because like I get why the bribe glitch is like I could see wanting to cut that out because it is kind of boring compared to having to fight the bosses. But like all Invisible Vicky does is save you travel time. So like why would you cut that out of a run? Yep, you can bribe bosses. It's very difficult to do. All you do is put the cursor on bribe and then mash X and then you bribe them. But you have to have enough money to do it. Also, I was reminded this morning that Suikoden Day is in a month. It's August 19th, I think. It's the anniversary of Suikoden 4 coming out. So I guess I gotta do something on stream for that, because I did last year. Last year I did a 108 star glitchless in this game. But I might do something in Suikoden 4 this year, since it is the Suikoden 4 thing. I'll show you the bribe glitch whenever I get to it. It's not difficult to do. Oh, come on, that's negativity. Suikoden 4 is alright, I guess. Well, New Game Plus just, like, destroys it, so, like, you should be happy. It's like, New Game Plus is like, oh, we have Ogre gear. We're gonna destroy everything with our weapons. Alright, so I'm gonna get 3 Furs and 6 Holly Boys. As my 2 encounters. And that should bring me to level 3. It's like this game is predetermined or something. Well, it is for this part. Basically, the encounters are like predetermined until I go to the world map, and then it's a crapshoot. I might get a 3rd encounter. Which I have no idea what the 3rd encounter would be. But I know that I don't want to fight it. Okay, we didn't get a 3rd encounter, good. I was afraid considering how quickly I got the first 2 encounters. Yeah, Lulu is the reason everybody has a soft spot for it. Like, my time for this split is always going to be roughly the same. Like, give or take a few seconds either way. My bandit split was really good last time, so I'm probably gonna lose time on that. But I can make up a minute on my Odessa split because of a mistake I made. So ideally, I won't lose more than a minute on the bandits because I'll gain that time back. I would like to be even after Odessa. That would be a good pace. Or I guess sub 20 bandits would be nice. But I've had some bad bandit splits, so I'm not really looking forward to it. Like, I could probably be 3 minutes ahead after the castle. Because I've gotten 58-minute castle splits before. I kind of need to get time back early on because everything from Joshua on was really, really good. Like, my Moravia split was, like, out of this world. The Kasim split. I think PSN is faster, but it's not, like... I don't think it's, like, ridiculously faster. It's just like some load times here and there. Thank you, Swift. I'm glad somebody noticed. I'm glad somebody noticed my funny split name. Also, I'm keeping with the tradition of having my notes open, but not actually checking them, because I probably don't need them as detailed as I have them, but I have them anyway. Because eventually when I start running multiple categories and I start switching between them from day to day, like, I'm probably going to need them. I haven't timed all the spells on PS2, but I have timed them on PSN, and Black Shadow at least feels faster. So that's what I mean by, like, faster. Just spell animations and, like, minor stuff. Do I have world record for this category? Yes, I do. It is, the time in my splits, 3:18:01. I also have them listed in my info page, but like every other time in my info page besides this is like really unoptimized. I just haven't finished routing out the other categories yet, so I'm just doing this. Plus, I'd like to get, like sub 315 is kind of the... Like, that's kind of a run where you can... That's kind of a time where you can put the game aside for a while. Or the category, at least. I will save pawn if I'm doing 108 star. Otherwise, no dice. Alright, let me not forget to do this. Alright, I didn't forget to do this. Oh, that sucks. Well, don't worry about it then. Like I said, every other time on my info page is every other category. I've only done a couple times, and I haven't done them. I haven't done any of them with a new route besides any %. But I'll do them eventually. I still need to figure out if glitchless is any faster with Champion's Rune, because I remembered that not only would I be removing a spellcaster from boss fights, I kind of need the money from Champion's Rune because I need to buy the sacrificial Buddhas using that money, and I would probably need, like, I get more sacrificial Buddhas than's necessary, but I would probably need them, if not a couple more, because of since I'd have a Champion's Rune bearer, I'd have to get rid of one of my spellcasters, and that would make bosses take longer. So it would just kind of make the run a little dicier, but I kind of want to route it out and then do like an untimed practice run just to get the feel for it, and then see which would be faster. I kind of feel like the Champion's Rune is going to be sold in glitchless, but you never know. It might be a deal where any percent it's better to sell it, but in 108 you keep it. I don't know. We'll see. My 80% glitchless and 108 star regular are both really bad times, so I kind of need to improve those. I was going to move on to 108 star after this, and then after that move on to glitchless, but we'll see. Also, if Suikoden gets into AGDQ somehow, I would have to that kind of throws all my plans in a throws everything for a curve, because then I got to route out a marathon route, which isn't going to be that much different from any percent, but depending on donation incentives, I might have to safety it up. Alright, I'm level 5 already. I would kind of like to get to level 6 before the bandits, but it's not really a hard requirement. It just makes the bandit fight a lot easier. AGDQ is going to be in the DC area, I assume. I don't know where exactly, but they always have AGDQ in the DC area. I would go if I could get a game in. If I can't get a game in, it's kind of in the air. Like, I would like to go because a lot of buddies of mine are going, and it'd be nice to meet a lot of people, but it's kind of a lower priority if I don't have a game to play. Alright. What? No, don't fight. And DC is like a 5-hour drive from here, so it's not terribly difficult to get to. It's just a matter of the money. But we'll talk about that when it gets... Like, first I gotta do the... Like, game submission isn't for like a month. And then... game submission's in a month. And then there's probably gonna be a few weeks of that. Like, it might be mid-September before we find out if it's gonna be in or not. Then again, it might get outright rejected. Like, it might not even make first cut. Which I wouldn't be surprised by, because there's gonna be a lot of games submitted. And its competition's gonna be even stiffer than SGDQ. I live in North Carolina. What? I bribed him? Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't kill the run, but that kinda sucks. I don't know how much those guys bribed for. I could find out real quick, but I don't really care to. I might have to do an extra Marco game, which is fine. It just takes a little bit of time. Alright. Probably not going to be level 6, but that's okay. My RPG predictions for AGDQ are Kingdom Hearts game, SMRPG, and then one other one. Probably a finale game. Possibly FFT, possibly not. I just feel like a KH game is getting in, and there's a lot of momentum behind SMRPG right now. That's why I'm feeling it. There's some kind of shadow committee. That's not really the best way to put it, but that's the way I'm going to put it. Like, there's a group of people who decide, and like it's not really known who is and isn't on in that group. I mean, I guess kind of for obvious reasons. This is a decent time. But I don't know about that extra bribe I have to do. But that's an okay time. I'm happy with that. Dude, and I got 41 magic. Alright, no more grinding needed. Look, I don't have anything against SMRPG. I think it's a really good run. I'd like to see it. But it kind of sucks that there's never too many RPGs in the GDQ, so it feels like every RPG submitted is like the competition. But as long as good runs get in, I can't really complain. And I think SMRPG is a good run. KH, I'm not really a fan of that, but there's a big community in KH, so I understand it. Like, I've watched a couple KH runs, but I don't know. I just don't feel it that much. Not my cup of tea, I guess. I don't think Spike Vegeta is part of the game selection people, because he does those streams where it's like, let's analyze all the games submitted. And I think if he was on the quote-unquote committee, that would be a conflict of interest. So I don't think he's actually part of it, even though people seem to think he is. Yeah, Soten being in or out, I could kind of take or leave, but I think unless there's like even more new tech, I think they'll probably just give it a break, but who knows. Suikoden 3 is not going to get in because nobody runs it, because it's an awful speed game. 2 is too long. I guess 1 has a chance, but there's not really too many, like, I don't know. Like, there's some speed tech in this game, but it's not like Wild Arms or Chrono Trigger where there's like spec all over the place. It's like really cool to watch. Like, the speed tech is kind of like, look how well I routed this game. Which I don't think really goes well in a GDQ, but we'll see. There is more nostalgia for this game than I thought, but I don't know if it's enough to get into a marathon. Yeah, 2 is like 7 hours, even with like that game has tons of glitches, but there's no sequence breaks, which is kind of the killer. Like, yeah, you can kill everything fast with proper planning, but there's still lots of story stuff to go to. Like, the thing with the Suikodens is that there's no, like, event trigger skips. Like, I can't get into areas early and skip, like, big chunks of the story. Which is kind of the downfall. Like, it'd probably be, like, I think last time I submitted, it was a 4-hour estimate. It's probably down to, like, 3:45 now, but that's still not too... That's still kind of long for a GDQ, considering there's not a whole lot of sexy glitches to show off. Like, it'd probably be worth consideration for whatever RPG marathon pops up next year, but as a GDQ game, it's probably not too strong of a candidate. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of games submitted, so let's not worry about it. Well, the thing is, for estimates, for SGDQ, they kind of asked everybody to factor in setup, and their setups were a lot smoother than they were previously. So they ended up like several hours ahead of schedule at some point. Which is kind of bad, because like you tell somebody it runs at 8, and then it turns out it's like at 6. Like, they missed it. Yeah, I would not put my estimate for this game above 350. Unless there were donation incentives. Like, if it was like adding boss fights, I'd probably make it 4 hours or so. But yeah, I don't wanna dote on about GDQ stuff, because I kinda don't like it when people do that in their chats. So I can't be a hypocrite. But I guess I already am. But there's not really much to do, because this is just kind of like one of the big talky bits of the game. Victor's helping us bust out of here. I'm not much of a glitch hunter, but I was playing around with some GameShark codes just to see if sequence breaks would be feasible. Like, if I could somehow break through this like wall, could I actually do anything? And it turns out you kind of can't. Like, the story events are kind of well coded. Like, almost like too well coded, if you ask me. I think right there was when I decided to fight a mosquito fight to try to get an early holy rune, and it cost me like a minute and a half. But we're not going to do that this time. Unless the rest of the split is bad, I'm probably going to save a little over a minute. Victor actually is good until like level 20. His stat growths were kind of backwards. No, wait, no, Gremio's are backwards. But Victor's growths up to level 20 are like really, really high, and then he kind of tapers off pretty hard. To where he kind of becomes like a run-of-the-mill melee guy. And melee guys are bad in this game because magic is really overpowered. Because like the MP tables are kind of unbalanced. Like high magic gives you a ton of MP. They kind of nerfed it in the subsequent games in the series. Like, if you notice Victor's HP at like level 20, it's like absurdly high compared to everyone else. Victor's role in this run is, since he's in the party a lot, we're going to shove a holy rune on him, and he's going to let us dash. We're gonna do the same thing with Gremio. When I get access to holy runes, I'm gonna buy 2, and Gremio and Victor get both of them, or they each get 1. Well, Vicky's not a playable character in this game. She's playable in 2 through 5. Here she just warps you to places. Alright, so these things have 28 health, and I did 27 and 26. That's pretty good. Somebody will probably submit Mystic Quest, but I don't know. I don't know who's gonna submit it. I can't imagine Claude would, because I think he's going for FFT and Donkey. I'm not sure El Magus is gonna go. If FF Gamer goes, he might. I don't know. I heard Mystic Quest is broken wide open, and like it's a big time save, but it's like when I heard broken wide open, my mental images kind of got carried away. Like it's not as broken wide open as I thought. It's just like, I mean, granted, it's still like skip the fire section, but still, like you still have to do a lot of 20-minute dungeons, which sucks, but I don't know. Maybe there's more tech to be found later on. I mean, anytime tech is found that can save like 20 minutes on a run, that's really good. Like, even if it's kind of monotonous. It's like, I saved 20 minutes, what more do you want? I might be low on medicine, but I might not need it. I'm gonna need it if these guys keep dodging. Okay. Advertisement? Go for it. Alright, after this soldier battle, I'm gonna check my money. If I... Actually, no. I'm gonna check my money when I sell things. I forgot I haven't sold things yet. I think El Magus did another run at like... he started it like right when I went to bed, which was like 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And I think his new PB is like 2:09. Which is like 17 minutes saved off the world record. Which is really, really good. Because after his first run, which like was like 220, he thought it could be sub 210 with good luck, and then it's like, oh, it's sub 210. All right. No, let's not run the Dream Boom joke into the ground here. Alright. I need to sell things, and hopefully I have 10k bits. If not, I'll have to spend a little extra time. Oh, I'm way good. This little sloppy, but yeah, he can. John is a loyal viewer. He can advertise something. I don't know what he's advertising, but go for it. I kind of have to make sure I don't mess up this pattern because I'm an idiot. Yeah, High Spirits. If High Spirits is still streaming when I finish, I'm gonna go watch him. If you like Lunar 2 for the PlayStation, he has been running that. If you're one of those people who can watch multiple streams, go for it. Yeah, they're kind of... One of the negatives about running RPGs is that unless you pick something popular, you're probably going to be the only one running it. So sometimes you kind of have to do your own routing. And I guess High Spirits and I have both had to do that. Like, I don't know, maybe he had a route, but like when I was routing this game, I kind of had to do it from scratch. I found some Japanese notes later, but they were for glitchless only. Yeah, Lunar 2 is like 8 hours. But it's probably not terribly optimized yet. But it's kind of a hard game to optimize because an RPG that long is bound to have some RNG. So it's probably like... It might even be like 7.5 hours, or maybe even less, but odds are that's like a hard time to ask for. Like, I know he switched from emulator to console, so hopefully that gives him some free time saves right there. I probably am gonna do too much of this game, but yeah, I think I know who you're talking about, Felly, and I don't know if that included the epilogue or not, but yeah, I would definitely say that that was like, I don't know, that wasn't the best speedrun in the world. Ow. Alright, I'm gonna do one more. I'm probably done way too much already, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't remember how many Marco spins I did on my PB. I have Lunar 1 on the PlayStation, but not Lunar 2. My brother owned Lunar 2, but I think he sold it. Because he wasn't a big fan of it. Like, I thought Lunar 1 was alright, but... like, I don't think I would speedrun it. Like, I kind of want to sell it, since it's still in good condition, but... I sold a bunch of games a few months ago. And that kind of helped pay for my PS3, so... Like, I'm kind of done selling games for a little while. But yeah, depending on my Tiger Wolf, I should be... Hopefully I'll save at least a minute because of the dumb mosquito fight last time. But I'm not sure. I don't remember how good my Tiger Wolf was otherwise. The only thing I could remember from that run was doing the mosquito fight. Yeah, well, A, I think the Lunar games are expensive, and B, it's a long RPG. Like, the deal with Suikoden is, like, there's fandom for it. Like, obviously, otherwise you guys wouldn't be here. But, the big resource I use, Suikosource, like, nobody on there is, like, the speedrunning type. Like, people who like Suikoden and people who like speedruns, there's not much of an overlap. Like, the idea of a Suikoden challenge run is like low percent or stuff like that. It's not like beat the game as fast as possible. Also, my first encounter was snails. That's not a good sign. What I've seen of Lunar 2, it looks like the plot and everything, it feels like just a carbon copy of Lunar 1. Like, there's a hero guy, there's like a hero kid who has aspirations, and he has a flying cat, which is like a dragon, baby dragon, and then he has like a love interest that's captured by the big bad. It feels very samey. I mean, that's kind of a dumb thing to say about RPGs, because like, if you boiled it down, a lot of RPGs are samey, but it feels more blatant on a... Well, there's data crunching on Suikosaur. I mean, there's kind of... somebody was kind of doing something with war battles, but a lot of the data crunching doesn't help for a speedrun. Like, it's data crunching like, here is everybody's stat growths, which is kind of helpful, because then I could see what characters are beneficial in terms of, like, do I want mages or whatnot. Yeah, I know that my my carbon copy statement was kind of dumb, but if you play Lunar 1 and 2, they feel very samey. I mean, which they should. It's the same series, but still. There's a Lunar feel, and they very much have it. AGDQ is in the Washington, D.C. area, and SGDQ is in the Denver area. Like what Felly just said. And what you'll probably see before you here. Yeah. The problem... I mean, I don't know. A lot of people who like this game are, like, European, so... Like, since I stream this time of day, it's good for them, but a lot of them wouldn't be able to go to the GDQs because flying overseas is pretty expensive. Like, I'm also planning to submit a Saga Frontier run, and right now, the other guy who's run it, he lives in Australia, so, like, it would cost him $3,000 to go. So, like, if Saga Frontier got in, I would want him to be on the couch, but he can't be on the couch, because I don't think he's going to pay $3,000 to show up and be on a couch for a game. Well, I mean, all the Suikodens feel the same. There's 108 characters in all of them. Except for tactics, but let's not go there. Yeah. I flew when I was 7 with my family because we moved to Missouri, and I didn't fly until I went to Vegas for my 21st birthday. So like I kind of had a little bit of fear of flying because I hadn't done it in like I barely remembered flying when I was 7. So I had like no real memories of flying. But it turned out it was all right. Like it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Well, there's more than 108 characters in, like, Suikoden 2. Like, I think all the Suikodens have, like, especially after... All the ones after 1 have characters you can recruit that don't count as Stars of Destiny. I think. 4 might not. I can't remember. Yeah, I guess if you don't do much flying, the concept of it is a bit harrowing. I get that. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I can't remember if 5 does or not. 2 has the squirrels, and, like, McDole and the other characters you can get. 3 has the dogs. I love the dogs. 4 I don't think has any. And 5 might not either. Alright, this is kind of a mindless section because there's not really anything to do. But when I get back to Linden Camp, I'm probably going to have to look at my notes. Oh wait, no, the Linden Camp part's still the same. It's Seika that's different. So... yeah, I mean, I've only played through 5 twice. And I've done speedrun stuff with 4. So I played through 4 a bit. I don't really remember any non-stars in 4 or 5, but I could be wrong. 5-match George is just that dumb card game. It's kind of a joke thing, but I put it in my bio anyway because I was playing that game for practice on stream once, and I got under a second. And I thought it was really funny, so I wanted to have that highlight in my info page, so I just put it there. Alright, I want to fight this. Like, my info page used to have a section for casual times, and it mostly just had my 4-job Fiesta runs, but my 4-job Fiesta section was getting long, so I just kind of cut it out. And I was gonna make like a picture for it to make it look sexier, but the picture's too big. Like I think your pictures have to be 320 by 320, and the picture was like 320 by like 450. I mean, which sucks because I went through all the trouble to make the picture, but whatever. Like, I just got rid of the section that has the casual times. So I figure, like, any times I get are going to have to be good enough to throw in my, my personal bests. Oh, boy. Alright, there's that minute I was talking about. That's because I didn't fight a mosquito fight in this run. Like, I would say it's like an artificial time gain, but it's actually a time gain. Oh, that's right, because I'm gonna split on the boss in the door fault. Oh well. If I had a minute, I would write it down, but I kind of gotta be mashing. I'll just remember to check the chat when I finish, and I'll go back and change the split name. Or I'll just remember to split after Gigantes, that's fine. Well, I can't really... I don't really want to edit my splits while I'm in the middle of a run. But I was just going to write down somewhere to make sure to change it after the run. Because I know sometimes split programs don't like you to do edits while the timer's running. Alright, so we're supposed to go to Seika, but we're going to go buy the Holy Runes now because this no dash and stuff is getting annoying. Yeah. There are no FMVs, sorry. If you want FMVs, go play Final Fantasy 9 or 10. Oh, that's right. I could buy... I guess if I forgot my Holy... or my Escape Talisman, I could buy one in Kaku. That's good to know. Maybe I could just skip the one in Seifu. I don't know that it would be any faster. It might be. Like a couple seconds. Still worth doing. And the Escape Talisman's only 500, so... We dashing now. Every time I start dashing, like, I'm always, like, too fast for my own good. Because I'm too used to... Like, I've had, like, 50 minutes to practice, slow walking. Yeah. This split is going to depend on, if I get fast kobolds or, a fast dice game. I kind of got, subpar both last time. Like, they're kind of out of my control, as far as I know, but what can I do about it? It's just kind of like, gotta deal with it. This is where some of my overhyped speed tech comes into play. I used to fight this, but, they bribe for 1800, so we're gonna bribe it instead. Because I'm already level 12. Like, this fight just gets me experience, which I kind of don't need. Alright. Thank God bribing worked. Because, the pirates that you can recruit, Anji, Kanak, and Leonardo, that's the one fight in the game you can't bribe glitch. Because, I think you have to beat that fight in a certain amount of turns to recruit them. And if you bribe glitch it, it acts like, it acts like you, didn't beat the fight. So you have to fight that legit, no matter what category you're doing. Alright, Cleo still has a Firestorm, so we don't need to go to the inn. I need to edit my notes, because I still have, stay at the inn, because, I used my one Firestorm on that fight that I bribe glitched. And since I didn't bribe glitch, or since I bribe glitched him, I don't have to heal again. Alright, kobolds. Dude! Instant kobolds. Get fucking hype. Now we just gotta worry about the dice game. I don't think that kobold fight could have gone any faster. I still have a dice game and a wheel and a bunch of other RNG, but yeah, it's a good start. And I'm getting 1 million encounters on the way back, which is less of a deal. There's dice, there's the wheel, and there's all the war battles. So I always say this, but the run is by no means over, but that's a good sign. It's always good to have to get like first try on a big stumbling block. I mean, that's not like that's not a huge stumbling block, but that's my first like good kobolds in an attempt on PSN. If nothing else, it's a good sign to see that it's possible. Alright, Taiho, don't be a jerk. You always are, but I mean it this time. Alright. I always worry when I get here because he's gonna get like a 5. Alright, he got a 3. That means I'm gonna get a 1, 2, 3. Told you. That's how this game works. If Taiho doesn't get a hand, you're doomed. Alright, we're doomed again. Dude, that was almost a 1, 2, 3. We might not get a hand. Nope, alright. I don't really know how this game works, except that, it's bullshit. As far as I know, it's just kind of lucky. I don't know that you can, like... Unless you could, like, frame manipulate, but I don't really feel like doing that. Also, I talked to him too fast, which is why his dialogue popped up twice. Alright, he got a 6, so we're doomed. Like, you may notice a pattern that no matter what we do, no matter what he does, we're doomed. That's pretty much how it goes. Like, he had a 6, we'll get like a 3, and then we'll be doomed. Nope, okay, 1, 2, 3 again. They just want to cost me as much money as possible. Like, I've lost like 7,000 so far. Which isn't a big deal, but if it keeps going like this, there may be issues. I mean, there's already issues because of time. Alright, there we go. Money was whatever, but that time loss kind of sucks. We might still gain time on the splits because of the kobold. I'm a horrible judge of time. So I'm just gonna be quiet and focus on the castle that I always have bad movement in because I'm dumb. You have to beat him. You have to get a higher roll than him, or a 4, 5, 6, or a 3 of a kind that isn't a 1. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what the split looks like. Like, I kind of had subpar both in my PB, but I had, like, perfect kobolds and awful Taiho. The Taiho probably cost me, I don't know, it might not have cost me more time. Yeah, that was an FMV. It was a short one, though. Like, in the dice game, when you roll 2 dice, and 2 of the dice are a pair, your score is whatever the third one is. So if you get a 2-2-5, your score is a 5. If you get 1-2-3, you pay double. If you get a 4-5-6, opponent pays double. If you get 1-1-1, you pay triple. If you get 2-2-2 through 6-6-6, your opponent pays triple. And your goal is just to beat him in one hand. Like, it sounds more complicated because I'm trying to rattle it off while I'm in the middle of a speedrun. But if you looked up, like, a written guide to it, it'd be pretty easy to figure out. Also, if you roll one of the dice out of the cup, you lose. Which happens sometimes. I don't know if there's, like, a science to it. Dude, we gained another minute. A 59 castle's pretty good. Those kobolds must have been so fast that the wasted time on Taiho didn't matter so much. Dude, if I go to AGDQ and nobody plays Chinchirin with me, like, it doesn't have to be for money, just for fun. Like, if nobody plays it with me, I'm gonna fight somebody. I don't necessarily know that I want to make it a drinking game, because I'm not much of a drinker, but I don't know. If it was a thing where, like, me and my RPG buddies were, bought like a pizza or something, and, like, we were trying to determine who got the last slice, we could sell it over a game of Chinchirin, and then realize we're all huge nerds and cry ourselves to sleep. But yeah, I wouldn't, like, I don't know, I don't really drink, and I don't, like, even if I did drink a little at AGDQ, I definitely wouldn't do it with, like, a drinking game. Yeah. I guess if you are the kind of person who, like, has fun with drinking games, like, it's kind of a fun thing to do if you want to show off what huge nerds you are. Like, I'm sure it's a real life game that's been done, but my exposure to it is this game. Dude, I've got some poker chips. I could bring some poker chips and play for those. Alright, it's about that time again. If you have to pay double but you don't have the money, in this game you just go broke. Like, it takes whatever money you have, and it's like, alright, it's whatever. In real life, though, I have no idea. They probably cut off your fingers or something. I don't know how it works. I watched a highlight of somebody playing this game casual, and they got to Taiho with like a few thousand bits, and like he lost it all, and then he had to go grind up some money, and then he lost it all again, and he had to go grind up some money again. It's like, yep, that's what this game does to you sometimes. Nope. I think that's 3 spins. I don't really keep too much track after like 4 or 5. Nah. That monster's not good. It's like 5,000 bits every time I have to bribe a monster. I think I did one spin more, or one or two Marco games more than usual, so like a couple monsters isn't gonna break me, but that's still like, it's still a matter of like I'd like to get over to the other side as fast as possible, and this game is not too cooperative with that. The wheel in Suikoden 4 is just the lottery. You don't ever have to play the lottery. It's not like you have to play the lottery to get across to the other side of this dungeon. Oh, I know what you meant. Yeah, I misread what you said. Sorry. Dang. All this negative Suikoden 4 talk makes me kind of sad that I'm going to be doing something for Suikoden Day with it. I'm going to be doing like a New Game Plus run, probably. Which I've done before, but since the Suikoden Day is like the anniversary of Suikoden 4, I'd like to bring it back a little bit. Alright, this wheel's starting to turn. I'm starting to turn on this wheel. Nope. That's like the second or third close call. That makes me upset. Suikoden 4 New Game Plus is really fast. But, New Game, there's long cutscenes. The problem with New Game Plus is that it's one of those New Game Pluses where you can carry over, like, anything. So, like, you can be super powerful. That kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it. Alright, there we go. I didn't count the spins, but, that was probably about average, but it felt really long. But it always feels long to me. So, whatever. If you compare 4 to the rest of the series, it wasn't that good, but that's kind of hard. That's kind of tough to do because, like, Suikoden 2 is, like, probably my favorite RPG ever. And, I really like 1, and 5 is really good too. And I actually didn't mind 3. Dude, less than 5 spins and I'll say it's good. But anything after 5 spins, I'm like, this is the longest wheel ever. That's how this game feels to me now. It's like, what, 6 spins? This is bullshit? I don't think it was in the teens. I think it was like 8 to 10. Dude, La Mer is so good. I love that theme. I also kind of like the opening theme to 3, but I think 4's was better. And I definitely think Suikoden 4's opening theme is the best opening theme in the series. There's so, yeah. I guess we're going down the rabbit hole of Suikoden 6 discussion again. Alright, since I got a few monsters, am I gonna bribe glitch this one of these fights? I'll bribe glitch the second one. Yeah, everybody wants to, like, there's so many unsolved mysteries with Suikoden 6, and like one of the big ones is when the hell are we gonna get to Harmonia? Alright, I'm gonna bribe glitch the second soldier fight after I mess up staircases. We'll probably lose. We're definitely gonna lose time on this split, but whatever. I figured we would after the wheel. Suikoden 6 is almost definitely not gonna happen. At least officially, because the team has been split up for like 10 years. All I want are Suikoden's 2 through 5 to show up on PSN. That'd be really great. I don't even think that'll happen, but that would be really cool. So that I could own them all legit and not have to pay like $1 million. Just so everybody could buy them, pay them, or everybody with like US PSN at least. Oh, and ideally also European PSN. But I'm kind of greedy, and I'll take US PSN first. I mean, heck, if they come out on European PSN, I'll find a way. Alright. I don't know what my time is, but I assume I lost about a minute. Yep, okay. That's what I figured. Yeah, I don't want them to make a Suikoden 6. I just want them to release all the Suikodens on PSN. And I will buy all of them. Like Suikoden 6 would only be like really awful in a Japanese only game, or it'd be a mobile game. Get out of my way. That's gonna cost a few seconds. That dude would not get out of my way. So I had to like respawn him. I've actually joked about making a Suikoden 6 fan game with an RPG Maker, but I would never do that because a lot of people would have high hopes for it, including myself, and I don't think I could do justice to it. But yeah, I'm fine with the series being pretty much dead. I would just like them to release all the old ones on PSN so everybody can get them at a reasonable price. But I don't have faith for that either. Alright, my door fault split was pretty good, so... I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. I still haven't played Exit Fate. Like, my quote-unquote unofficial Suikoden itinerary is basically, the Suikoden Gaidens, since they got translated, Tear Cry, since I still haven't played that, and, Exit Fate, I guess. And Card Stories, because I haven't played that either, and that got translated. Or translation patch. Alright, add Eileen and Cleo. Has to be in that order, because Cleo has to do the thing. Eileen is kind of a bit of a safety valve. And I don't feel comfortable not having the safety valve. Alright, I gotta spawn this cutscene, otherwise I'll soft lock. And then we'll head to the Great Forest, and hopefully I'll go to the right place. Alright, we did it, we got to the right place. Alright, if we fight 6 kobolds, if we find 6 kobolds, we're gonna fight them. Because, since Eileen's here as a safety valve, our average, party level is pretty low. Or it's lower. So, we kind of want to get an encounter to, boost it back up a bit. And the way to do that would be to fight 6 kobolds if we can. And we didn't. I think. Yep. I have Ni no Kuni, but I haven't played it. I bought it for $5 during an RPG sale on PSN. Xenoblade, I wasn't crazy about. I know people who hated it. I don't know if I'd say I hated it, but I don't know. The more I think about it, the more underwhelmed I was by it. Alright, if I fight 4 plus kobolds, I'm gonna fight them. Doesn't like I will. Alright. I think Xenoblade was overhyped for me is a problem. Because a lot of people I know, or a community I went to, was basically praising it as like the best JRPG in like a decade. And I was kind of skeptical, and then I played it, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. Persona 3 and 4 didn't really do anything for me either. Like, I kind of don't like the idea of, like, a dating sim / RPG. Or whatever you would describe Persona 3 and 4 as. Like, the RPG parts of Persona were, like, nothing to me. It's like, oh, grinding a big samey dungeon. Okay. I don't know, I originally heard that Ni no Kuni was really good, but then I started to hear mixed reviews, but it was on sale for, like, I was going to get it for $20, but I was like, I'll wait. And then, like, 3 weeks later, it's on sale for $5. I'm like, okay. I'm down for $5. That was really great. Like, a month after I bought a PS3, a bunch of RPGs went on sale, and then I bought them. It was really great. Very good timing on my part. Oh, I forgot! I have the beauty attack now. I can't do anything with it. I mean, it's not that good, but... I forgot I have the beauty attack. It's Eileen, Cleo, and Valeria. It's not as fast as Earthrune, anyway. I don't know if that's enough of a jump, but... There, I got a bit of a party jump. As long as I can let go things in the dwarf trail, I'm okay. I might not be able to let go the eagle dudes. I can already tell this dwarf fault split is going to be pretty bad, because, I don't know, I kind of had to farm for an encounter. I mean, I didn't really farm for it, but I had a couple of encounters take longer to get away from. I didn't hate Kingdom Hearts, but, like, I was like, oh, I have a PS3. I could buy the Kingdom Hearts remakes if I wanted to. And then I was just kind of like, eh. No thanks. Like, maybe if there's like a big sale, but... Or maybe I'll get 2.5 when it comes out. Like, 1.5, I'm like, Like, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were good, but then the game started getting, Like, I hated 358 over 2 days, the DS one. Like, the gameplay system was like whatever, but then it's like so much, like, the story felt so bad to me. The PSP one was alright. Birth by Sleep. I had some fun with that. Like, I don't know if this is why I soured on them, but when the game started to go away from the Disney Square juncture and started being about its own plot, that's when it kind of lost me. Maybe it was because their own plot is bad, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's because they did that or if it's just a coincidence. But it's like, it stopped being about, like they stopped, like it stopped being, the appeal stopped being the hybrid of Disney and Square in like a unique universe. It was just like, here's our story. It's like, wow. Here's our story. It features Disney guys. It also features Square guys. Yeah, I think 2.5 is gonna have like 2, something else, and Birth by Sleep. Which I like. If that's the case, I'll probably get it at some point. Also, excuse me while I temporarily exit the RPG chat while I focus on this dumb dungeon. Like, you guys can keep talking, but there's not really a part for me to look at the chat during this because I don't like this dungeon, and I kind of just want to make sure I don't screw anything up. I mean, I am screwing movement up, but that's whatever. That always happens because I'm bad. That was my first encounter. That's pretty crazy. Alright, that's a good encounter to get. This is why I brought Eileen, by the way. If I just bring Cleo, this encounter is harder to kill because all the enemies in here are resistant to fire, but they get one shot by Voice of Earth. So I fight an encounter like that, so I don't have to waste time trying to escape, fail 7 times, and get, like, half killed. I'm probably gonna lose time on this splitting. Like, I wouldn't mind buying Kingdom Hearts 1.5, but I don't know that I would play any of the bonus stuff with it. Those are all the games that like I didn't like. But KH1 wouldn't be too bad to play again. And like, they're fun speedruns, so I mean, I guess like they're popular RPG speedruns. So that's why I think it'll get into AGDQ. Like, I would prefer a game like Wild Arms to get in, or the new Chrono Trigger 80% if like Autovino or somebody submits it. But like, KH isn't really a game that like I can really argue against. Like, I can just argue for other stuff. But it's kind of a personal preference bias. Like, obviously I want Wild Arms to get in because I know that game, and the run's really broken, and Chaos is really good at doing runs of it. Okay. My movement was really sloppy, but I guess that doesn't matter as much. Like, the encounter nonsense leading up to that was kind of sloppy too. Yeah, Wild Arms 1 should get into AGDQ, but the problem is, I don't know that there's much of a... Like, I don't know if it's as widely popular as a lot of other games. Like, the game is one of those games that's so broken it should be on a GDQ just so you can witness it, but... I don't know. I'm not too optimistic about its chances. Well, Chrono Trigger, I don't know if it's changed. I just don't remember any % being in a GDQ. And I mentioned that because I saw Autovino run it yesterday, and he got a 303. Saved like 10.5 minutes off his PB. I don't know. I don't know if there's new tech, but Chrono Trigger, the fake 100% was in AGDQ, but the 80% route is really friggin' cool. Minus the 20-minute boss fight at the end. But The way to skip that is still like TAS only, as far as I know, or really, 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 really hard to do. Like so hard to do that you probably shouldn't do it in an RTA setting because you'll just lose all your time. Chaos has only done the lava shell skip with save states, so that's probably not a good sign. Well, I don't know. A lot of the RPGs kind of fail on their like widespread popularity. Like there's like Final Fantasy, everybody knows, but Wild Arms is kind of lesser known. But Wild Arms should get in just because of how broken it is. But I mentioned this before, but the problem with the Wild Arms run is that in order to appreciate how broken it is, you kind of have to know what the game looks like already. Like, the whole character splitting, fighting everything through solo parties. Like, that's a lot cooler when you know that the game, you're supposed to have 3-character party the whole game. Like, when you know what the game looks like casually, that makes the run a lot cooler to watch. But if you're going in blind, it's still a cool looking run, but not nearly as cool. That might be what goes against it. I don't think Grandia will ever get in. I think Grandia, the Grandia series games are like too long. Also, I haven't looked at my notes in forever. Not that that's bad, because I haven't forgotten anything, but I always like to have my notes scrolled up, because I'm going to want to look at my notes for the duel with Quanda. And I need to make sure they're scrolled up for that. Like, personally, I think the Wild Arms series is such that... the popularity is such that... like, Wild Arms 2 through 5 will probably never beat a GDQ, but 1 is broken enough that it should be. But I don't know that it will be, based off of whatever. I would love to see Wild Arms get in, and I will campaign for it if I need to. But I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. There's donation incentives too. You can name characters, you can name spells, but I don't know that matters. Well, Seafurl's dead, but whatever RPG Marathon replaces it. But, I don't know, we kind of don't want to throw everything into an RPG Marathon because that might give GDQs the impression that they could just cut all RPGs out, and that's kind of not fair. Like, I wouldn't be against running this at a marathon, an RPG Marathon, but, I don't know, it would upset me if it's like, oh, it was at, you know, RPG-thon, so we don't need to put it here. Alright, I kind of need to pay a little bit of attention, make sure I don't mess up. And hopefully the thieves are going to tell me what they do. Alright, let's see how this goes. Charge attack, alright. If Kryn doesn't tell me what to do, normally I just blind charge, but for that turn, I think I would have done blind magic, because they usually charge or magic, and I don't know, and magic neutral, I'll take my chances. Alright, they'll probably do magic. Yep, okay. Alright, I think we win. I think the Tails games are probably too long for a GDQ. I don't dig Tails runs. I don't know why. Like, they just do nothing for me. Maybe it's just because I was never like a huge fan of them. Like, I like some of the Tails games, but like they're not like all-time favorites that I replay a bunch. Also, I would like to think that Suikoden is above them for GDQ, just because of length. But who knows? I said before that I didn't want this to become like all GDQ talk, but I guess we're going there. Alright, let me make sure I get through this dungeon in one piece. I might be bribing some of these enemies to make sure I don't get stuck on them. Like those dudes. Because those dudes can do really long attack animations, and I kind of don't want to deal with that right now. Where's my money at? Ah, that's bad. Where did my money go? Oh, that's right. I used my temper. I tempered my weapon. I don't know if that's what my normal money is, but that seems low. We'll see. The C4L thing's kind of a long story. I'm kind of biased, so I don't really want to give the story because I'm kind of... Yeah, I'm just gonna be quiet. I gotta make sure I win this duel, so... Okay, I win. C4L this year went really bad, and a lot of the blame falls on the guy who runs it, and the guy who runs it kind of wasn't, I don't know, there were a lot of stuff that he wasn't willing to bend on, and there was kind of a clash, and he decided to step down and kind of disband the marathon. I mean, they kind of figured that would happen, but it was just a matter of, since the Crystals for Life was his name, it's like, does he... Like, if he gave the okay to use it, they would use it, and if not, they come up with a different name, and he doesn't really want anybody to use it because it's his... Like, it's kind of his quote-unquote brand, which I understand, but the whole thing just came off really ugly overall. Also, I gotta hit a split. What? How on earth did I gain 18 seconds? Splits. The deal, alright, here, I'll try to sum it up better. Poxnor ran C4L this year, and stuff happened in his life, I guess, and he kind of disappeared for a while. Like, disappeared at a really bad time, and, like, people wanted information about stuff, and he just, like, disappeared. And, that really rubbed people the wrong way. So, ultimately, people were like, you probably need to step down, because, there's kind of, like, bad will, and, like, people don't really trust him this year. Like, I don't think people would trust him if he did C4L again next year, if he was the one in charge. It's like, people were like, you gotta delegate, and he kind of didn't take that well, and it's just kind of a nasty back and forth that I don't know all the details of, but the short version is there's a new RPG marathon going at some point. Yeah, some people kind of went about it the wrong way, but like it's just a nasty situation. Like, I don't think there was much to the C4L brand anyway. Like, I don't think having to come up with a new RPG marathon is like the end of the world. And I do think that, like, I thought that if Poxnor is not going to be in a position of power, which I didn't want him to be because of how he handled C4L this year, but, like, the marathon shouldn't be called Crystals for Life, because that's the marathon that Poxnor has been promoting for 2 years. Like, it should be something new anyway. I just chose not to board the boat. Yes, you missed the wheel. It went average. I think it's a good thing in the long run, but it's kind of too early to tell. Like, I feel like there will be an RPG marathon in next year, but I just don't know who's going to run it, where it's going to be, and what the details of it will be. Like, people kind of... somebody has to kind of step up and say, I'll run it. And that's kind of not... Like, what we learned if we learn nothing else from C4L, like saying, "Hey, I'll run this marathon," that's no funny business. Like, you can't just do it because nobody else is. You got to be prepared. Like, I don't think I could have done a better job at Hawk Store, but, you know, I'm not really a leadership type anyway. I don't know. Maybe I would. I don't know. We'd have to see. And like I said, I have no idea what was going on with his life that made him disappear. So, I don't really think I want to judge too harshly. Like, based off of my description, you could probably tell where I stand in the whole debate. But I tried not to be... Whatever. I'm done. Now that my foot is firmly in my own mouth, I'm gonna shut up and focus on this game. Did everybody like how I chose not to board the boat? That was pretty good. That's the kind of expert gameplay you only see on my channel. It cost a few seconds, but whatever. If you've got the time, you might just want to read the feedback thread. It's like 4 pages, and it's a long 4 pages, but it's probably better to read that than to take my word for it. That way you can kind of make your own conclusions. But I kind of can't link to it right now because I'm in the middle of a run. The big recommendation was, I think you should step aside and let other people run it. That was the big one. And there's not really a gentle way to say that, to be fair. If I don't get a minus 152, that's pretty long. I don't think I could do that, sorry. If there was a minute-long cutscene where I could go get the link, I would totally go get it, but there isn't, sorry. There you go. Roseal's on it. Thank you, Roseal. I think my money's a little low, so this upcoming part's gonna be scary because I kind of have to. I kind of have to do some world map stuff and pray not to get into too many encounters that could kill me. Dude, I bet Wolric could. He's a beast. He has that French fighting spirit behind him. Alright, that fight's pretty cheap to bribe, so... Alright. Yeah, I kind of need some money, but... I don't think there's anything else I can get to be... to save any money. I just kind of have to pray. Dude, it's been so long since I played a golf game. But I don't have a Wii or a Wii U, so... Or I have a Wii, but not a Wii U. So I couldn't play it online. I'm not really one to play sports games online anyway. Even Mario games. Alright, that was a little expensive, but that fight... If I don't escape that fight first try, those enemies can have really long attacks. So we just kind of deal with it there. I do not have a 3DS. I have a DS. I have the Nintendo systems that they just ended online support for. So... Alright, so... Alright, this is tangentially related, but I'll go ahead and mention it. The reason I got my PS3 is because this website I know does daily giveaways, and I won a $100 gift card to Dell. And Dell sells PS3s as well as 3DSs. So I'm like, alright, I'll either buy a PS3 or a 3DS. And I decided a PS3. So that's the closest I've ever come to having a 3DS. I don't really have the money for it, and there's like one game I want for 3DS, so... Like, if I got another $100 gift card, I would probably buy like a 2DS, but that's about it. And the game I would want, by the way, is Bravely Default. Does it have deals on PS? Like right now? What are some of the deals they got right now? I thought deals were on Tuesday and Friday. I have PS Plus, yeah. I was lucky enough to get it like a month before they took down a lot of the instant collection games that I'll probably never play. Like, BioShock Infinite, Remember Me, the XCOM game, and some other stuff. Uncharted. Like, I got all those, but I'll never play them. But yeah, I check the store, like, a couple times a week. The deal this week is, like, they're selling games in packs of 2, but they're all games that I don't want. My computer isn't good enough to run PC games, so I kind of excuse myself from the PC gaming community because otherwise I'd be like $1 million in debt from all the deals. Well, I have the first BioShock, and I have Infinite now. And if I wanted BioShock 2, it's probably dirt cheap, but I don't know. BioShock 1 was alright. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it enough to immediately get BioShock 2 or anything like that. But I mean, I have BioShock Infinite, so I'll probably play it at some point. A lot of my games are RPGs that were on sale during the one sale that I had like 3 weeks after I got my PS3. Like, I got Kingdoms of Amalur, Ni no Kuni, Grace's F, FF10 HD, and one of the Atelier games. I haven't even played most of them, but I just got them because it's like, well, when am I going to get Grace's F for $12? So I might as well. Also, I don't plan on streaming any of them casually, so... Like, I guess if I disappear, I'm playing one of those games again. Yeah, I've heard good things about Grace's F. So I'm kind of excited for that one. Lunar 2? Eh. Alright, add Kai. I could add Kryn if I wanted to, but that's kind of untested stuff, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah. What was one of the games? Like, I think the free games I've downloaded so far are like... There's like the Sly Cooper thing, which I probably am not going to play, but I have them. Dead Space 3, the NBA game, because I'm a big basketball nerd. PS Plus is like $40 for a year. That's pretty good. And you get free games with it, so like, how could you complain? I don't have a PS4, but I usually download the games anyway, just in case I ever get a PS4. I'll have a bunch of games to get for it. Well, I mean, it's been on sale for $40. PS Plus has been for a couple weeks, but I think it's probably ending. All right, so I'm gonna tell another Dell story. When I said I got a Dell $100 gift card, it was actually 2 $100 gift cards, but Dell doesn't let you use more than one gift card on the same order. And there's a thing on their website that's like, to consolidate your gift cards, call this number. And I called the number, and like, I got a big runaround, and I ended up just like hanging up. And then I did that again like 4 times, and I kept getting the runaround. So I used one of the gift cards towards my PS3, and the other gift card on PS Plus. And some other stuff. But yeah, if you ever have to call Dell for customer service, I feel sorry for you because their phone customer service is real bad. But yeah, that's my Dell story. I probably have told this at some point, but there it is again. Like, I've had a 360 for so long, and I've never paid for the Xbox Gold. They have a free games with Gold, but the games are, like, really old. Like, it's kind of an inferior service to me, even though, like, games with Gold is different in that, if you buy a game with the free games with Gold, and then lose your, and then lose your Gold thing, you still get the game. Like, PS Plus is like, if you lose PS Plus, you can't play the game anymore. But games with Gold is different. At least for 360. Oh yeah, I really like Tales of Vesperia. There's not a lot of traditional RPGs on 360, but like the JRPG selection on 360 is really slim. But if you like Western RPGs, it's got pretty good ones. I mean, so does PS3 and PC, I guess. It's like Mass Effect and like the Mass Effect and Fallout games, but you could play that on like any system, in theory, or PC if you want. I didn't want to bribe that, but I don't want to deal with that again. I hope I damage range killed the Nightmare. Okay, I didn't. I knew the slimes weren't gonna die, but I was hoping the Nightmare would. Holy shit, it's a lot of damage. I liked Lost Odyssey. Blue Dragon's kind of eh. I skipped every cutscene in Blue Dragon, so I couldn't tell you what the story's about. I just couldn't stand the voice acting. I'm like, nope, none of this. Guess this is a storyless game. I might lose time on this segment because it's been kind of sloppy. I think in order to get the Destiny beta, you either have to get a key somewhere or you have to pre-order it, and I don't have any interest in it. So I just kind of, I'm just like, all right. I watched, who was it? I watched Professor Broman stream it, and it looks like what I thought it would be, which is basically Halo and Borderlands, which isn't really my cup of tea, but I guess if it is, you'll like that game. Dude, Infinite Discovery Blue. I hate that game. I paid $6 for Infinite Undiscovery, and I feel ripped off. That's how bad it was. I even got the disc 2, and then I'm like, nope, no more of this. I thought Borderlands 1 was alright. I never played 2. Alright, no more of these no RPG talk. I could get Nier, but I actually haven't bought Nier yet. That's kind of a mistake, I guess. I should buy it at some point, because I've heard it's really good. It's on 360 or PS3, and since I have both, I can pick and choose whichever one's cheaper. Yeah, I'm not really an FPS guy. Like, a lot of people are really negative on them, but I'm just kind of like, not my thing. But I mean, if Halo plus Borderlands get you excited, then Destiny's probably the game for you. But me personally, kind of like meh. It'd be great if I didn't lose time, but I'm kind of afraid that I will. Kind of too many encounters. One more encounter. I just had to get that. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose time on the split. I'm level 31. That's too many encounters. If I could be a minute ahead after Malek, that'd be pretty cool. But, I don't know. Like I said, I'm really bad at judging time, so if I ever say, like, I'm going to lose a minute and it turns out I gained a minute, like, don't be surprised. But I know, like, I am bad at judging time, but if I don't gain time on Necklord, then it was an awful split. Because my Necklord split was awful. Also, yes, Godspeed, Gremio. He's never coming back. At least for this run. Get out of my way, Flick. I forgot where he was. Yeah, I'm not a big PvP person either. That might be the reason why I'm not a big